As we are approaching the much-awaited theatrical release of Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire, I am starting to have some serious concerns about the movie and the Monsterverse in general, which I am going to address in this video. From everything I have seen and heard about the movie so far, it already looks like the most outrageous, goofiest and craziest monster movie to be ever made in the history of cinema. Now, this could be a very good thing or a bad thing, which totally depends on how Adam Wingard is able to execute his script for this movie. However, the thing that most hardcore Monsterverse fans want to know is what unique element will this movie bring to the franchise which can take it to the next level. Every true Monsterverse fan wants this franchise to grow into a major cinematic universe just like Marvel, DC or Star Wars. I personally want monsters like King Ghidorah, Mothra, Rodan and other titans within the Monsterverse to become popular household names in pop culture just like Batman, Iron Man or Darth Vader. So, is Legendary Studios really serious about expanding this franchise, or are they just looking at a relatively short-term plan? Before I go further and analyze this topic in much more detail, I just want to make a quick and brief statement. Talking about comic book movies, games and TV shows is my biggest passion. If you want me to continue on this journey, please spend 1 second of your time to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. It truly means the world. Okay, now let us come back to the main topic once again. The last Monsterverse project was the recently concluded Apple TV exclusive TV series called Monarch: Legacy of the Monsters. The final episode of the show dropped just a little over a week ago. The ending of that show, as well as the reports from several credible insiders, have almost confirmed that a second season of the show is definitely getting made. The final 2 episodes of Monarch introduced us to a very intriguing and interesting aspect called the Axis Mundi. Earlier GVK introduced us to the Hollow Earth, which is basically a whole new diverse ecosystem existing within our planet. Now the Monarch miniseries has introduced another underground layer called the Axis Mundi, which is literally sandwiched between the Hollow Earth and the surface of the Earth. The concept of 2 different universes existing below the surface of our planet is actually quite interesting. This is an entirely unique concept which we have not yet witnessed across any science fiction movie so far. We have witnessed movies exploring the outer space, underwater cities and even the quantum realm, but the concept of a whole new highly radioactive universe existing beneath the surface is something which I never imagined. The introduction of the Hollow Earth and the Axis Mundi gives me some hope that Legendary Studios might be preparing a roadmap for a long-term plan regarding the expansion of the franchise. The introduction of the Hollow Earth, which is literally like a home for all kinds of crazy monsters and titans, really expands the range of different possible stories that could be told. It ensures that the franchise is not just going to be about movies where we see a giant scary monster destroying cities across the world. We now have a whole world where every other living being is a giant oversized monster, with some of them even possessing superpowers. In fact, the Axis Mundi is very similar to a black hole in outer space, because the final episode of Monarch has actually confirmed that time literally slows down within that ecosystem courtesy of the severe gravitational inversions. The place is also extremely radioactive, and over the years, Monarch has identified several portals and access points across the globe that can lead to the Axis Mundi. This place, just like the Hollow Earth, is a diverse ecosystem with different kinds of life forms existing alongside one another. The one question which the show has not answered is how exactly did the Hollow Earth come into existence in the first place. We also do not know anything about its primary source of energy that fuels the living beings that exist there. Just like the sun is the primary source of energy for living organisms on the surface of the planet, we are yet to find out a similar source of power for the Axis Mundi as well as the Hollow Earth. This is actually where the events of Godzilla x Kong comes in and answers some of these questions. Those following my channel on a regular basis would already be aware of the fact that, according to reports from several credible insiders, Skar King, the main antagonist of this movie, is said to be the first ruler of the Hollow Earth. It is said that the movie will showcase his origins and how he eventually ended up becoming the king. So, I believe that might answer some more questions about the existence of the Hollow Earth. Adam Wingard has revealed during a recent interview with IGN that Skar King is a living symbolic representation of the most evil side of human beings. This kind of reminds me of Godzilla 1954 as well as Godzilla -1 to some degree, where the king of the monsters is portrayed as a living epitome of the unseen mental trauma of people left over by the destructive effects of the atomic bombings. We also know that the movie will feature another very special titan who will in fact play the role of the second antagonist of the movie. This particular titan is called Shimo. The most interesting aspect about Shimo is that he is said to be the first titan to arrive within the Hollow Earth, which technically makes him the ancestor of every single titan that exists within the Monsterverse. Since he is the first titan, I believe we are going to get some more answers about the Hollow Earth, particularly its origin and its primary source of power, which really makes me even more excited for Godzilla x Kong. Titan Shimo is also said to be the one responsible for causing the Ice Age within the Monsterverse. This is because he has a very unique ability to let out an ice breath courtesy of the ice crystals attached to his spine. He is also said to be the largest and most powerful Titan we have witnessed within the franchise so far. A fan who was present at the early screening of Godzilla x Kong posted this artwork on his Instagram, which gives us an idea of Shimo's massive size and body structure in comparison to other major Titans. As you can see, even when he is resting on all his four limbs, he is almost as tall as Godzilla himself. He is also said to be incredibly fast and athletic despite his massive size and body structure. So, that was all about Titan Shimo. Now, coming back to the final episode of Monarch, it also revealed some important information about the origin of Apex Cybernetics and its corporate battle with Monarch. Apex Cybernetics, if you remember, was the organization responsible for the creation of Mechagodzilla in Godzilla vs. Kong. There is a strong possibility that Apex will have some significant role to play in Godzilla x Kong as well. So, Monarch Legacy of the Monsters has successfully laid out a very strong foundation for the expansion of the Monsterverse in several different and interesting directions. So, from everything I have heard and read about Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire, I can confirm with absolute conviction that Legendary Studios are definitely looking forward to expand the franchise, but everything depends on the commercial success of their next few projects. The biggest problem and obstacle that the franchise faces at the moment is that none of their movies so far has been able to cross the $1 billion mark. Out of all the 4 movies made so far, Kong Skull Island made the most money of around $570 million at the worldwide box office, which is not very impressive considering the insanely huge amount of money and budget which goes into the making of these movies. So, it goes without saying that the commercial success of Godzilla x Kong is of utmost importance for securing the future of the Monsterverse. At the moment, a second season of Monarch and a second season of the animated Skull Island show are the only 2 projects that have been officially confirmed to come out after Godzilla x Kong. But technically speaking, nothing can be said for certain at the moment because unlike Marvel, Legendary Studios prefer to announce one project at a time. In fact, no one had any idea about a movie called Godzilla x Kong until the official teaser was dropped last year. So, I request every single Monsterverse fan who is watching this video to go and watch Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire in theaters. The Monsterverse really needs a billion-dollar movie at the moment. And according to several sources, I am getting to know that we are getting a second official trailer very soon, which I am going to break down in detail frame by frame on my channel as soon as it drops online. We also have a couple of brand new official posters which I am going to break down in my next video, which will probably drop within a few hours from now. So, please subscribe to my channel if you are a big fan of the Monsterverse just like me, and let me know your comments about the future of this franchise down below. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.